Changing up the scenery today. We are down here in La Jolla Beach, and we have a great day in life setup for y'all today. When you think of a guy that is fearless, this is him. He sends it, he charges, he does some of the craziest, most innovative airs out there, and he's making it happen. He's paving his own path in the surf industry, and this is someone you guys are gonna wanna watch. Let's get into it.
What up?
Zeke, how you doing, bro?
Good, bro. How are you?
Pretty good. Nice meeting you, bro.
Nice to meet you too, dog. Welcome to my humble abode.
Hell yeah, dude.
I was just setting up a new board right now, dude. Check this thing out. XTR epoxy, brand new Zeke model, dude. Getting ready for a little wave pool trip.
Sick. And you've been on Rusty, what, over 10 years now, or what?
Dude, since I was like 10 years old. So
Dang.
Really like 17 years.
So they've been taking care of you for a while.
Yeah, I kind of like got boards for like a discounted rate when I was like 10, 11, 12 from the surf shop down in the shores. And then when I was like 13, I would just hang out at the surf shop like every single day and just bug the guys. And they finally started giving me stickers and like put me on the team. And I guess I was kind of surfing like well enough to where I could get like photos and they'd put them up on the shop and shit. And so, yeah, I guess I officially got on them when I was like 13. So like 15 years now of like riding for Rusty.
Sick. And then looks like you have some other sponsors too. What, Buell, Nixon, San Diego?
Buell, Nixon, San Diego, Jones Soda, and then a couple other companies that have been helping me out. But those are kind of the main ones, dude.
Oh yeah.
San Diego surf shops, like surf and skate, they kind of get me dialed in.
You kind of do like all board sports too, huh? Because you do, and I know moto's not really a board sport, but like moto, like skate,
snowboard
surf, snowboard, yeah. And you're like really good at all of them.
Ah, thanks. Right? I try. I used to skate a bunch when I was little. Like I probably could have gotten into like the competitive scene in skating when I was like 13, 14. And then I broke both my legs skating this big stair set when I was 14. And so I kind of quit skating until I was like probably like 20. And then I started hanging with and moved in with pro skateboarder Alex Sargente and was hanging with like Zion Wright and Alex Midler and all those guys, and got just like back into it pretty hard like in the last 6-7 years. And like, I don't know, I just love it. Whenever there's like no waves or there's like not enough waves, like get you going fast and like get the adrenaline going. Skating just kind of gets me fired up because you can just like go fast, fly high, try new tricks, and just like kind of get the adrenaline going. And same with dirt biking, but that's why I kind of really got back into those sports, just because I'm an adrenaline junkie at heart.
Yeah, no, I could tell. You send it big, bro, from like DJing to traveling. Like, super sick. And it seems like with a lot of your like skate stuff too, it seems like you apply it with surfing too. I mean, based on your airs and stuff, it's like
100%.
Super innovative, like crazy. So is that kind of inspiration there too? Is like go from skate to surf and try new shit?
For sure. I think like the skating and dirt biking, snowboarding, like every other sport has like blown up as far as progression goes. Like in my eyes, I see like skateboarding progressing like every day with like new tricks and like people going out and skating shit that like was never skated before. Yeah. And I feel like surfing's probably the slowest like action sport to progress. Like in the last like 20 years of surfing, there's like only a handful of new tricks that you can remember, like the 720 from like Albie Layer and Matt Miola, like my finger flip and like Baja Koala's finger flip. Like in 10 years, like that's all that has been done.
So you're trying to set the bar higher and higher and higher, like kind of like show there's different stuff to be done.
100%. I feel like in skating, snowboarding, dirt biking, they're doing like new tricks and embodies like every year. Yeah. And like just being more creative. And with like skating, that's what kind of got me inspired, like go try flip tricks in the wave pool and go try like 360 shove-its and tray flips. And I don't know, I just feel like it kind of expands my creativity and also just gets me like fired up to like push the limit.
Let's break down this board real quick. So this is your model, right?
Yeah, so this is my model that we kind of like expanded specifically, honestly, for the Palm Springs wave pool, because it kind of looks like that thing's like good for turns and barrels. And so normally I'll ride the wave pool board in like 5'3" or like 5'4", 5'5", but this one's a 5'9" because I wanted like everyday California groveler. Sure. And like, to be honest, the Palm Springs pool kind of looks like it kind of looks like a fun like ripping wave pool, whereas like Waco is like a big air section.
Sure.
The air section doesn't look amazing at Palm Springs
yet.
They're probably gonna get it better.
Yeah.
So I wanted something a little longer.
Okay.
And I guess it has like a little more entry rocker than like a normal wave pool board would have. And it's like a little narrower than other wave pool boards.
This is epoxy too?
Dude, this is epoxy, and it's actually like brand new XTR technology. So
sick.
It's like glassed heavier than like any of my normal boards, like, and it's still super light.
Let me
like,
feel this.
Feel that thing.
Yeah.
And that thing's like so durable, bro. It's basically like a carbon wrap.
Yeah,
so like,
it feels nice, bro.
It's probably like just as durable, maybe even more durable than like the Dark Arts technology.
Sick.
Stringerless too.
And I would say just for the viewers too, what are some things that you look for a good groveler? Like when you're discussing like different things for specifications, like what are some things you'd want in a good groveler?
I kind of like a wider board for a groveler, for a Cali groveler, like a little more volume, a little wider in the tail, a little wider in the nose, so I can kind of like, I guess, get some flow going and like have good paddle power like into the wave. Mm-hmm. And then when I'm going like in these Cali conditions, I kind of like having like width, because I don't know, sometimes the waves are just mushy and like not that powerful.
Sure.
So like faster, kind of like more leaders and more volume in my boards like really help me get through like Cali slop.
Okay.
And I've been riding like a big variety of boards. Like I've been riding some like 5.5s, some 5.4 even, and then like short boards go up to like 5.9 and 5.10 just because I've been messing with different technology.
Sick.
But I got a bunch of my boards over here.
Yeah, let's check them out. So this is one you rode at, I thought, wasn't it Rasta color? Or is that, or am I mistaken?
Oh, that was the first day.
Yeah, well the one where you took like a gnarly wipeout, or like when you had to like dive down and do like air falling from the top.
So the first day at Black's, I rode a 7.0. That thing's, Rasta, dude. That's at my other house. That was a Rasta, like rusty 7.0, and I was ditching under, because I kind of paddled for like the first wave of the set, and the next one was like the biggest wave I've ever seen in San Diego in my entire life. Like I would say 30 feet easy, like top to bottom. Yeah. And this legendary like OG lifeguard from San Diego, like was on the top, like he was getting into it, and he didn't quite make it and got smoked. And I took it like directly on the head, was like straight under him.
Were you tripping, or like what were your like emotions at that moment? Like I know you probably want to keep composure, but
tripping, dude. I like didn't have a vest or anything, and like I knew Black's has like long period, long sets. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I'm taking this thing on the head. There's gonna be 10 more after it. And I kind of got really smoked on that thing, but then like kind of was able to make it under the next one after I ditched and like made it out pretty easy.
So you didn't get worked too bad?
I didn't get too worked, but the guy who jumped on that thing got fucking smoked, dude.
I bet,
And I ended up talking to him about it, and then a couple other guys that were out there, like Josh Kerr was riding a 9.7 that day. Okay. And got an insane barrel, like pulled into a big tube right after that. And I saw it and was tripping out. He was like, fuck, I almost made the barrel of my life. And I was tripping because I was like, dude, I can't believe you pulled into that thing on a 9.7. Yeah, and I took this thing to Ocean Beach, San Francisco on that last swell. That was huge as well. Thing goes good, but he's got like a pretty wide variety of big wave boards, because he won like a big wave world tour event in Todos Santos. And so he kind of told me that like for big barrels, you'd want like a knifier thing like this. Okay. Big kind of like narrower board. And then for kind of just like straight big waves in general, you want kind of like as much volume as you can and paddle power just to like get into the waves. Sure. This is the SD model. This is kind of like my go-to board. Super light epoxy. Yeah. And like I said, it's a little wider tail block, a little wider in the nose, and then basically just like a standard shortboard. I kind of just shrunk it down to make it into more of a Cali groveler. It's super flat, not too much rocker. Goes insane, dude. The rusty SD model is kind of like my go-to. I mean, you got to represent San Diego, you know? Sure. But then kind of the little flames has kind of been like my signature.
Go fast.
Yeah, I like to go fast. It's my little signature paint job. And yeah, dude, I got a toe board right here that I used at Big Toto Santos. You ever felt a toe board? No. Maybe Tanner weight? Good. Cool. These things are crazy, bro.
Oh, it's like super, like kind of thin, huh?
Super thin, super tiny, and super heavy.
Shoot.
Yeah, bro. I rode that at Big Toto Santos, and then at another like secret spot in like Big Sur, we towed into like, I don't know, 20-foot plus surf. Yeah. Slobbing.
So for a toe board, it looks like you don't really need like a lot of length, huh?
No, for toe boards, you basically want like way smaller than your normal short boards. Like, I mean, even my smallest boards, like I don't know, 5'3" or 5'4", and this thing's like way smaller, way thinner. I think it's only even like, 15.75 wide and 1.56 thick. So like unbelievably narrow and unbelievably thin. But yeah, that thing's a blade. I could flex on the like 200 trophies, but that trophy is the only one that really means anything to me.
What does that mean?
Well, I won a West Coast Regional Championship when I was like 17 years old. And after I like got into some legal problems, and then a couple years later, I ended up having to go to jail and rehab. And after I got out of rehab and I was like a year sober, I had an ankle bracelet on and I was like dealing with some court legal troubles. And then I went back to California. I went back to Arizona to like finish rehab.
Yeah.
And then they let me come back to California with a court mandated ankle bracelet on. So after not surfing for like almost 2 years, I was in sober living home in Encinitas and going back to school at Miracosta, and I got to compete in like NSSA nationals. And ended up winning a national title with a court mandated ankle bracelet on.
That's so heavy.
Got carried up the beach by my boys with like an ankle bracelet on, wrapped in like this rubber boot, this silicone boot, and I have photos of it. And like duct taped the rubber silicone boot and like a trash bag so my ankle bracelet wouldn't get wet. And my parole officer let me surf because it was like a collegiate event, like NSSA. You have to be doing well in school and you have to have like reports from your school. So it was sick.
So that was kind of a bounce back for you then, huh?
Yeah, it was like a big kind of like, damn, all right, I haven't surfed in a while, and like obviously had dreams of like being an amazing surfer and like wanting to compete at the highest level.
Yeah.
And like I never was the best at contests, but then to come back and like win a national title with
being out for 2 years too.
Yeah, exactly. With an ankle bracelet on, having not surfed for a couple like almost 2 years, like for many months, it was like, damn, all right, I want to do this for a living. Like,
sick.
I got back into it and like was super passionate and driven to like, I don't know, chase my dreams and take surfing to the next level.
It's gone really well from there too, huh?
Yeah, 100%. It kind of took off from there. I'm traveling so much that it's nice to kind of have like all my boards and home base here, closer to the airport than Encinitas. And there's always like these pro surfers and skaters hanging at my house.
They're high top, they're
like grabbing my boards when I'm gone and like breaking my shit and then just like partying and shit. So it's nice to kind of keep my stuff here when I'm home. And to be honest, all I surf is like the La Jolla Reefs and Blacks.
You're like one of the main boys too, huh?
I try. I mean, there's an insane crew of guys that like surf really good and like hold it down at the reefs. Like Skip McCullough, JoJo Roper, Jake Holstead, and like many more underground guys. But it's, I don't know, it's just like hard to compete with the like La Jolla Reefs. Like Encinitas I love, and like it's definitely helped my career like blow up and helped me meet a bunch of people. Yeah. But La Jolla just has like so much better quality of waves, and like the crew holds it down. So like it'll be an insane day at Big Rock, and like the crew of like 8 or 10 guys are like alternating through and like trading off, getting crazy barrels, where it's like, I surfed Seaside yesterday and there was like 200 freaking people out battling for like a mushy wave this big, and like there was no like order in the lineup. Yeah. At least at the La Jolla Reefs, like the locals like keep order in the lineup to where it's like if there's more than 10 people on the peak at this reef break, it's dangerous. Okay. So like making people move or like get out of the way or go in, because it's just like you can only fit a certain amount of people in the lineup on that reef break. Otherwise it's like dangerous. Yeah. If that makes any sense.
Got it. Let's say when someone's coming to a surf spot, like what are some like things they should look out for, like when it comes to just going to the right spot, right? Because like let's say you're traveling somewhere and you see there's a bunch of surf spots to surf, but you go to Big Rock like, and get chirped at, it's probably not a good experience, right? For sure. So what do you think are some things people could do to like go to the right spots and make sure they have a good time?
I think some people that are kind of like beginner, intermediate skill level that I know that do a good job of like paddling out of the right place, they kind of watch the waves and like watch the surfers riding the waves, and they see like if guys that are their skill level are getting good waves out there, then okay, maybe they can handle it. Okay. But if there's already like 2 people paddling for every wave out there and you see like a hectic crowded lineup, like why would you paddle out and make it more crowded? Yeah. And instead of going and trying to find somewhere where there's like more opportunity for catching waves. And also, I guess just like know your skill level, because like it is El Nino, so that's supposed to be like big surf. And like last year, Blacks was like 20 to 30 feet, maybe even some bigger sets, and there was a lot of guys out there that couldn't handle it. Yeah, no. So like know your skill level, and like make sure to like, I don't know, look at the ocean, look at the forecast. Sometimes the forecast can even undercall how big it is, and like just make sure you're like not outgunned because I don't know, a lot of people got hurt last year at like Big Blacks, or like surfing the big like reefs in La Jolla. But yeah, check out the boardroom.
Let's do it.
And this is like old wetsuits, tons of old boards.
It's like a good spot for like Armageddon too, huh? To come down here, huh?
For sure.
Oh,
I kind of kept all of these because every single one of these boards has like a significant meaning to me.
Could you go over like maybe like 2 or 3 that mean a lot too?
Yeah, I mean, this one right here is like, this is actually like probably the most special board. This is the one I did the first ever Superman finger flip on.
Oh, okay. And when was that specifically?
That was July of 2020.
Okay, dang.
And that was the clip that you can hear like Josh Kerr and Sierra Kerr in the background like screaming.
Tripping, yeah.
And it was actually like hours of trying the finger flip that day, and then our session was over, and the guy who was running the operating tower was like, hey, Josh, Slater, we got to cut it off. They gave us like an hour extra. And Josh was like, oh, mate, let me try something. Came up into the tower, and Josh Kerr was helping the guy run the wave machine. And my filmer's batteries died.
Oh, shoot.
And Josh Kerr's wife was actually the one, Nikki Kerr, who filmed
behind
that
the camera,
fucking super viral clip. Yeah, I also like the front pads when I'm in the wave pool.
Yeah, talk about that, but do you prefer like padding on the board versus wax, or?
I think it's like, feels like a skateboard. You can kind of like flick it with the front pad, and you can really like grip good to it.
Yeah.
I mean, that board's super light too. That thing's like a wave pool weapon.
Sick.
And then I made a copy of that, and a copy of that was this board, which had a front pad on it, but I took it off, which I then rode the last like 2 years at the wave pool.
Okay.
And landed a couple insane tricks on this one as well. A big Superman air reverse on this one, a big like Superman body varial on this one, which aren't necessarily like the first time anybody's done it. I think the Superman body varial was the first ever actually. Josh Kerr said like people have done little body varials, but no one had ever gone like Superman.
Okay.
And then like changed their stance and landed goofy.
Yeah.
So that trick was pretty special to me.
So
and then
seems like the wave pools are kind of the spot to like test out airs and stuff, huh?
Yeah, it definitely was a spot for me to like practice new tricks and then just like apply them and like perfect them. Landed like my first ever like lean grab, full rotation alley-oop, and then even went like double spin on that on this board. And then a couple other pretty crazy tricks, like these kind of 5'5" Zeke models went like the best for me in the wave pool.
Okay.
Like 24, 25 liters. This is like a pretty special dark arts board that I actually just landed a really nuts finger flip on.
Okay.
Feel how light that thing is.
This I think is the lightest board I've felt so far.
Bro, yeah, that thing's psycho. And like, I just did that finger flip on it at the wave pool.
Oh.
And that was like my cleanest, biggest one yet. Boom. So this thing goes pretty insane because it went through the ringer of like crazy wipeouts and attempts trying new tricks. So that thing's pretty special. I'm gonna keep that.
Yeah, I like this.
Keep that on lock. Broke out the fin box trying a finger flip.
Well, did you land on your fin with your foot, or?
Yeah, I landed on my fin with like my leg.
Dude, that hurt so bad, huh?
Yeah, it hurt, dude. It was gnarly. But that thing's gonna be put on ice. When I signed with Buell, he made me like a skeleton suit with flames on it.
Is that your model too?
Yeah, it's kind of like the signature suit that we've been working on with Buell.
Okay.
Coming soon, stay tuned. And he just went all out and made it like completely white and did some like custom flames and skeleton shit.
How long you been on Buell for?
Dude, I've been on Buell for like 4 or 5 years now. Should we go surf?
Let's run it.
Let's go check the waves.
Yeah, check it out.
This is the part about pro surfing that people don't realize, but it gets kind of strenuous. Having to put 10 stickers on your boards when you want to just go rip and your buddy John's waiting for you to go surf, but it's going to take you 30 minutes to put stickers on your board because you have so many damn sponsors. I don't really plan trips. I basically just like look at swell forecasts and like Skip and like a bunch of my other friends like I forecast and like have spots in mind that we want to go to.
Yeah.
In like this seasonal like time frame. And then we see a swell, we're like, boom, book a flight. Like for San Fran, we booked our flight like an hour before we left.
I saw that, yeah, that was gnarly.
Hawaii, I booked my flight like the day before and saw a bunch of swells. Like, all right, I'm going to Oahu.
That probably makes it more exciting though, in a way, you know?
For sure.
Like it's like off the whim, right? Or you know?
Yeah, just flipping the switch and sending it. A, makes it more exciting, and B, like, you know, what you're getting yourself into, because the forecast is a little more predictable when it's like 2 days before.
Yeah.
Rather than if you're booking a flight for a trip like a month in advance, you have no idea what you're gonna get.
Sure.
So it's nice.
Any like particular like memorable searches? I know you've been on a lot of searches, but any of them that stand out the most?
I would say the Chopu trip I just went on with Skip like 2 months ago was pretty memorable, because we scored like big, perfect Chopu with just us out. Like Josh Kerr and Sierra Kerr were there, so we got to like share sessions with them. But there was like a midday period. It was just me and Skip on a tiny little boat in the middle of the ocean, no one around, perfect like huge chopes, like outer ledge chopes where like we're pulling back on waves, like tow waves, and like no one around. And I'm like, where the fuck is everybody? It's Andy Ironsing out here like losing it. That was super special just because I was like me and my best friend and a filmer.
No one out either.
Yeah,
Chopu, perfect.
Exactly.
Right? Good weather. Everything's perfect.
Can't beat that, bro. And there's like a YouTube video up about it on my channel too. So like we showed parts of it, but we're saving a bunch of footage from the most recent trips for like a movie that me and Skip are working on.
Yeah, Zeke and Destroy Part 2, huh?
No, it's actually a totally different thing. I feel like after Zeke and Destroy was like a highlights of like my best footage over the last couple of years, and it felt kind of like selfish.
Okay.
And like it was sick, don't get me wrong, I was hyped. Sick, yeah. I had a bunch of like big names like giving me props, like
Bam, Steve-O, Danny Duncan,
exactly,
Poopies, all the boys.
Kelly Slater even reposted the movie on his Instagram and said he loved it and like downloaded it to his YouTube to watch again, and like it was sick. I was super stoked on it to put all of my best shit together. Shouts out to Shane Kretzer, Flo for editing that and filming a lot of it. But me and Skip were talking like, dude, we want to do a project kind of like what Kalohe and Dino did, like to give back to the community. And it's not really about like me or about Skip. It's about like everybody, and like get all of our best friends to compile clips together and then make a movie about like San Diego's best surfers. Okay. And so that's why like me and Skip have been saving clips. Jake Marshall's saving clips. Taylor Clark, Jake Marshall's little brother, Nick Marshall, who landed like 720 in Hawaii last year. He's nuts. Yeah. And like so many other underground like La Jolla and Encinitas guys. And hopefully we'll get some of the O-Side crew to chip in clips and like come on a trip with us, because I don't know, we just want to show that San Diego has insane talent. Like San Clemente gets all this hype and love. No offense to you Orange County guys, but we want to show like the San Diego rippers and San Diego surf scene, because
highlight them.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, we got a cool, badass like punk rock crew down here. So
what are some of your like bucket list surf trip destinations, if you had to say?
Oh, dude, one of the bucket list surf trip destinations is definitely P-Pass, Micronesia. Okay. It's like super fickle and hard to predict as far as swells go. Uh-huh. But you've seen like iconic clips of like Shane Dorian in like Stranger Than Fiction and like a big blue like P-Pass barrel where there's like seaweed coming through the wave. And I guess Micronesia got closed during COVID. So like I've just really been wanting to go because it's like empty. Okay. Like, nobody's really gone there because flights are expensive, and like the whole island chain was closed for like a couple years during COVID. It's like a big crazy right barrel. So that's definitely one of the places I want to go to. Another one is those crazy right points in Morocco. Oh yeah. And I guess the only other one would be like Fiji, cloud break. Okay. Like big cloud break sounds pretty nuts.
You send it big in your videos too.
Yeah, I try to. And the craziest part is like, dude, I used to do way gnarlier shit like a couple years ago. Like I'm starting to get old and like have a girlfriend now, and like am not as gnarly as I used to be. And like,
no, bro. It's I think about the spirit too. Like you're youthful at heart too, you know.
For sure. Say,
I mean, this based on assumption.
I like to hang out with like the Groms and like mentor the kids, and like I think it was 3 years ago, Josh Kerr was like one of the biggest persons who's like, fucking mate, you and your crew are fucking off your head. You guys have to fucking film it. You should have a reality TV show. Like Josh Kerr was telling me this shit. Jamie O'Brien was like, you got to start a YouTube channel. And then hanging out with Steve-O and Danny Duncan, like in 2019, they were like, YouTube's the future, bro. Like YouTube's gonna be able to rival any other social media platform. You'll be able to, you know, have a diehard fan base, but more than anything, YouTube is just going to be a special platform where you'll be able to like inspire the youth and like make a change in this world. And like, I guess I just hung out with all these gnarly action sports athletes and did dope shit on an everyday basis to the point where I was like, all right, let's start documenting it. Pretty fulfilling feeling when people come up to you and like, bro, I watch all your YouTube videos.
Yeah.
They inspire me, dude. Like, your videos inspired me to start skating again. Your videos inspired me to surf bigger waves. Like, whatever it may be, like, it feels pretty good to like be able to inspire people and like make a little bit of a change in this surf world.
And you have like good energy too, good vibes, right? It's like you kind of embrace everyone. Like, it was good. Like, you know, I think that's the way to be too, versus like being standoffish. Because some people get like famous and get an ego. It's like, come on, bro, you know?
For sure. I mean, dude, like surfing gave me like a life out of my wildest dreams.
Yeah.
And, like, surfing's like a meditation for me in a sense. Like, surfing kind of keeps me like level-headed, and all these people that like love watching my surfing videos or love watching my videos in general, like, I'm grateful for them because at the end of the day, like, I don't know, they support me. So
would you say all board sports give you that same feeling, or is it just surfing specifically?
I would say all board sports give me that feeling of like that meditation, or that like kind of bring me back down to earth feeling.
Yeah.
They're kind of like, I don't know, it's hard to explain because like sometimes when there's like troubles on the home front, or when there's like outside stressors about like, I don't know, work shit, girlfriend shit, or like family shit, like, you know, my dad died when I was little. My mom was like a gnarly alcoholic and went through some crazy shit growing up. So surfing was always there for me to like, it was a release for me. And then when surfing wasn't there, it was like skateboarding would be like a way for me to get out of my own head and kind of focus on the present and be like skating and doing rad shit. And just all these action sports have been like a nice release for me, like a healthy outlet for me, instead of like going and getting into dumb fights or like using alcohol and drugs like I used to. Like, action sports have been like a healthy, natural high for me.
Sick.
So I'm pretty blessed to have all those sports and like, I don't know, a good community of homies that I can go surf, skate, or ride dirt bikes with.
Yeah, they all carry that same good energy too.
100%.
Yeah, that's important.
It's pretty rad.
That's sick.
I'm pretty blessed. Wax show's coming out pretty great.
San Diego, let's go.
Everything's good, man. I can still get it up, so life is good. You know?
Now we're getting over the fence.
And maybe not too much longer though, right? I'm already kind of balding. I got gray beard hairs. I'm balding. Probably don't go much longer in me.
Look good.
Thanks, bro.
Did you get out on any of these?
I'm about to right now.
Are you?
About to go Richter on these rights, dude.
Never not, never under yard, never ever, I'm forever on. Check my repertoire, check my repertoire, don't check me not. Unless it's checks involved, I've been feeling like I'm next to God. Next to God, next to God. Never not, never under yard, never ever, I'm forever on. Check my repertoire, don't check me not. Unless it's checks involved, I've been feeling like I'm next to God. Next to God, next to God. Never fold, never ever fold, never ever stone a rolling stone till I'm in Rolling Stone. Bet I'm close to gold, need a place, need a safer bank. I've been saving change, I need some space. Chatting in my face, get from around my way. Ayy, what you saying, where you at now? I swear that once I leave my city, never coming back down. Wait from pushing tapes to glowing up around the map now. Real hot summer, keep my cool, I never act out. Ayy, yes indeed. Recognize what you want, may not be what you need. Won't take control of me, but I got mouths to feed. Hustle smart, not hard to still get it by any means. Please, never not, never under yard, never ever, I'm forever on. Check my repertoire, don't check me not. Unless it's checks involved, I've been feeling like I'm next to God. Next to God, next to God. Never not, never under yard, never ever, I'm forever on. Check my repertoire, don't check me not. Unless it's checks involved, I've been feeling like I'm next to God. Next to God, next to God. Had to get it by myself. Bad decisions had me living down in hell. Paranoia, so I keep it by my belt. Losing sleep, I know this lean won't be no help. Now it's no contest, S on my chest. Whole squad gon'
Maybe we could even get another sash.
Okay, I can be down. I need kind of redemption. I only got like one decent whip.
Dude, you had that good layback hammer in front of me though.
Yeah.
And
you took the heat by far. You comboed me.
Yeah, local spot, you know. I had the local knowledge.
Yeah, you did. Easy.
What do you think, Jet? Should we try and get another session in?
It's firing.
Food and then surf again?
Food and then surf
down,
again.
And then firing?
I'll be down, yeah.
Might as well, right?
Let me see what's good. You want anything, Jet?
Hey.
On the house. Oh shit, we're playing big one. Perfect. How's that? Is that pretty good?
Pretty dank, bro.
Break that down.
Craziest combo you ever seen right here?
Cream cheese, bacon, raisin bagel.
Chocolate chip.
Oh shit.
I'm a sugar fiend.
Yeah?
Chocolate chip bagel, toasted with cream cheese, bacon, egg, and cheese on the cream cheese. Chocolate chip. Sometimes I even throw some Nutella on that shit.
Damn, pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I'm a health food enthusiast.
There you go. That's sick.
Fresh squeezed orange juice. Most expensive orange juice you'll ever find.
I agree, yeah, that was pretty pricey for breakfast. It was
Yeah.
like $42.
Was it?
Yeah.
Thanks to John for throwing down the black card.
No problem. Amex. Yeah.
Dude, it was expensive, right?
It's all good. We're in for the vibes, so it's all good. Tell me about those acid drops you do at Steamer Lane.
Bro,
Have you made one yet or no?
got really close, dude, on Stab Highway, bro.
Yeah?
I'll show you the clip. Fucking basically was riding out of it and like fell, like literally was riding out through the whitewash and just couldn't pull through.
And then like, do you try to go when it's bigger or smaller, or what kind of wave size are you looking for when you try to do that?
I don't think I even know. I think you just gotta try a bunch of different theories because it's so gnarly, dude. Even when it's big and a super high tide,
Yeah.
it's like a 20-foot drop. I don't even know if it's humanly possible to land that.
Have you buckled your board yet or no? Yeah.
I broke 3 boards in one day trying it.
Are you serious? That's what, like $1,500 in one day, maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, but your board's probably for free, so.
I get hooked up,
Yeah.
but
And it's good promotion too.
yeah, like I use kind of older boards, so
Oh yeah, makes sense.
I know they're gonna break.
Probably
But
won't use the freshies.
I've been trying it since 2018, bro. You know, one of those acid drop attempts in 2020. 2020, yeah, 2020 or 2019. I like fucked up my knee really badly. I think I tore my meniscus, is what it was.
Serious?
Yeah, trying an acid drop. Broke my board and tore my meniscus. And then the next year, hurt my ankle really bad. And then I've also like hurt my MCL, PCL, surfing. Popped my shoulder out. Hurt my back and neck a lot surfing,
Yeah.
but
You
the
just
majority.
get readjusted or what? Or,
Yeah, I kind of do a lot of PT and like chiropractic work, and
Yeah.
then also like definitely do a lot of like stretching and yoga and shit now. But the majority of my worst injuries have all been from like skating, dirt biking, or like dumb fights I got into when I was like younger.
Yeah. Have you been in a few surf fights or what? I know on some of your YouTube videos too, you got a couple in the
Yeah.
Oceanside, right? I think like another one like out of the country too, some
Yeah,
like big
Mexico.
old pool.
Yeah.
What happened there, I guess, on both situations?
Bro, those ones are kind of just like pretty soft ass altercations with
Yeah.
like kind of some kooks. The Oceanside one guys were total kooks.
Yeah.
But I actually had like way gnarlier ones that weren't really recorded on camera when I was like a Grom because of how bad localism used to be, like where I grew up.
Yeah.
And like in other places too. But yeah, when I was like a 17-year-old Grom, an older local guy fucking sucker punched me and punched me in the face and broke my jaw
Oh.
in 2 places.
Shit.
Knocked me out cold.
No way.
Yeah, and I was like seizing, bro. Like that guy, like
Right,
the guy
yeah.
Josh Emmett knocked out.
Yeah. Gnarly.
And,
that was in the water or on land?
On
or
the
what?
land, right when I got back to the beach, dude. So that was probably one of the gnarliest like surf
that was out
fights I've
here?
been in. Yeah, right here in Windansea,
Is he a
dude.
local dude or no?
Yeah, it was like a local guy, older guy that was just like pissed at me for filming one of the sacred spots around here that we're not supposed to film. And like he was like my boy, but that's just how he like, that's how the older guys like kind of embedded it into the younger kid's head. Like, don't film certain spots, like don't put them on blast, don't bring out of towners to the spots, and
Yeah.
like don't blow up like sacred spots.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, the hierarchy and like the localism in La Jolla has always been pretty crazy. Almost like over the top if you think about it. I don't know if I completely believe in it anymore. Like I was kind of raised
Yeah.
to believe a certain way, but now I feel like nobody owns the ocean, you know?
Sure. What's your viewpoint on it now, like, if you had to say?
I think,
You've been to Hawaii, which probably has localism. Here, you mentioned there's localism. Probably other spots too. Like, what do you think?
yeah, dude, I mean, in Hawaii, they kind of have a good point. Like, the Hawaiians make a good point at Pipeline, and like, the older La Jolla guys make a good point at like Big Rock and some of these other like special reef breaks because there's such a small takeoff zone and it's such a scary, dangerous slabbing reef break where like if there's too many people out there or people that don't know what they're doing and they're chandeliering a wave or taking off on you, not only can you get hit by their board, but you can go like face first into like reef. And like, I actually hit my head at Big Rock when I was 16 and got like 10 staples. So like, I know how dangerous it is falling at these like reef breaks. So it makes sense to like not have beginners or kooks or people that don't know what they're doing out there. And there's always like 10 locals that know what they're doing, holding it down at Big Rock, that are gonna be just alternating.
Yeah.
So like, for people that aren't from here to try and come down here and like sit out there and try and get a wave, it's like, there's no point. It's like Kohler Rothman says, like, there's no point for people to paddle out to pipe. You're not going to get a wave.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same thing about Big Rock. It's such a small takeoff zone, and there's like one good wave an hour. So it's like the locals are just going to alternate. And it's like, out of towners probably aren't going to get waves.
Yeah.
Sorry, John.
I am. All good. We're chilling.
And like, beginners shouldn't even really be out there because they're just going to make it dangerous for themselves and others. But at the same time, I don't think like anybody owns the ocean. And I also think like, there's plenty of amazing waves around here to go around. Like, we just had a sick session at a reef break, and like, we're able to like get little windows by ourselves. Like, when I went in, you're out there by yourself for a little bit. So it's like, there's plenty of little zones that you can find on your own.
Sure.
That was fire.
Almost done with the orange juice. Last sip and it's done.
I know. Should we go check some other waves?
I'll be down. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'll just do a little bit.
Putting on a wet fucking wetsuit, dude. Ain't that sick? Sponsor guys like me should have like 3 wetsuits on deck, but I don't. What's she gonna do about it? Can't do shit. Oh! Stung my brand new board. Did it go through the glass? Where? I think we're good, huh? We're in the clear, boys.
tour, Zeke, for sure.
Of course, bro. Fun day.
Not bad. I'll plug in your social real quick for people to follow you.
Yeah, it's just at Zeke_ on Instagram, and then the YouTube is Jacob Szekely, or you just type in like Zeke OTC and it'll pop up.
Sick.
Yeah.
Well, as usual, guys, if you like this series, make sure you like and subscribe, and also make sure you like and subscribe to Zeke too. He's the man, and gave us a full tour of La Jolla, showed us some sick spots, and we had a great time. So thanks again, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
And that concludes it. Thanks, guys.